What's up guys, my name is Dinesh Rathuri. So today we will discuss about logistic regression. So this is the part 1 of geometrically intuitions of logistic regression. So any algorithm in the machine learning can be understood by geometrically probabilities or through loss functions. So now I'll be using geometrical interpretation of the logistic regression algorithm because it is more intuitive way to understand any algorithm or math behind it. So stay tuned. If you like my video, just subscribe my channel. Okay, so all right, so let's get started. So the first part is I have divided the whole scenarios in the 7 steps. So I want to say that machine learning or logistic regression machine learning algorithm is basically a classifier or classification algorithm. Even though the regression name is there, but we have to understand that logistic regression do the classification stuff for us. Okay, and it is most fundamental and powerful classification algorithm. So first step, let's move towards the first step, which is what things are given to us while doing the logistic regression or implementing a logistic regression. Which things are given to us? So first of all, obviously if we are doing or we are solving a machine learning problem, we know that data set is given to us. So dn stands for the data set of training, okay, and n stands for the endpoints. Okay, so you can see over here that we have given a feature x. Okay, it has different data points, and y is the target, or you can say class label, which is a binary classification basically. So y belongs to a positive class, or it can be a negative class. +1 and -1 stands for binary classification, and x is the feature which belongs to the real number of d dimensions, right? So d stands for the d dimension. So here we have only one feature as of now. The second step is equation of a line and a hyperplane. So before starting a logistic regression, we should know that from the linear algebra that what is the equation of a line or a hyperplane. So whenever we talk about 2 dimensions or a line, so we will say that the equation of a line is y equal to mx plus c in 2 dimensions. Okay, and if it is a hyperplane, so if it is a higher dimensions like 3d and nd dimensions, then we will say that through linear algebra we say that it's a w transpose x plus b, where b is a intercept term, or you can say it belongs to a scalar. Okay, and x is a features obviously, which is a vector which is given to us, and w is also a d dimensions vector. Okay, so you can see over here that this is the line. Okay, and w is the normal to the line. Okay, and our line, we call the line or hyperplane is pi. Okay, so whenever I'll say that it's a line, I'll say that okay, it's a pi. Okay, pi stands for line, and normal to the plane or a line is w. Okay, always remember that. Now you can see over that here w is the normal to the plane. Okay, and b becomes 0 if it passes through the origin. So let's assume my line, it passes through the origin 0, 0. So it means that it intercepts my graph or x or y through the origin. It means b equals to 0. Okay, so always remember that. And b is a scalar quantity over here. So you can see over here that w belongs to the vector, x is also a vector, and b is a scalar. All right, so now third step is distance. We should know like before solving the logistic regression problem or logistic regression classifier, we should know that what is the distance of any data point xi from the hyperplane. Okay, so let's assume I have created a plane. So this is my plane and pi, and I have created a normal to the plane is w, and there is some point over here, like if I'll show you. So here is the point x, or you can say xi point over here. So there are multiple points, let's assume that over here and over here also. So the distance of this particular point from the plane is di. Okay, so what is di? What is the value of di? So you can see over here that distance of any data point xi from the hyperplane or distance di equal to W transpose xi upon W. So we are assuming that our intercept term is 0, so our line passes through the origin. So here b equals to 0, so that's why I have written W transpose x plus 0. So because b is 0, so I have removed that. Okay, so it can be like this also. So you can write plus b, where b is equal to 0 because it passes through the origin. Our plane passes through the origin, so hence I have removed this term. So you can see di equals to W transpose xi upon norm of W. Okay, so let's assume to solve this problem. So let's assume that our norm W is equal to 1, which is a unit vector as of now. Just let's assume that. Okay, so we can very well define this from the linear algebra. So if you have studied a linear algebra, so you should know that distance of any point from a plane is W transpose x upon norm of W. And W, we are assuming as of now that W is a unit vector to simplify our calculations, okay, for future. Okay, so now my final distance equals to di equals to W transpose xi. That's it. Okay, all right. So our third step is clear. Till now we have learned that what is the equation of a line in 2D and n dimensions. So in 2D it's y equals to mx plus c, and in higher dimensions it is W transpose x plus b. Okay, where b is the intercept terms. If it will be 0 if our line passes through the origin. And the third step is distance of any point or any data point, okay, xi, from the hyperplane pi is equal to W transpose xi. Okay, assuming that we have W, norm W is 1, which is a unit vector from linear algebra. We can very well prove this. Okay, so as of now I'm not proving this particular linear algebra part, but you should know this this thing that okay, it is coming from the linear algebra. So this is the reason people used to say, and our mentors used to say, that linear algebra is very important, because until unless if you don't know from where this equation is coming, so you will end up with the confusion of all the machine learning algorithms. Okay, all right. Now fourth step is assumptions of logistic regression. So I want to tell you that any machine learning algorithm we are learning, like it can be naive Bayes, it can be k nearest neighbor, or it can be logistic regression, or any algorithm we will learn in future. So they assume something. Okay, so for logistic regression, what is the assumption? So assumption for the logistic regressions are classes, which is our yi, are perfectly or almost linearly separable. Okay, so always remember, our logistic regression always assume that our classes, like our data points basically, is clearly or almost or perfectly linearly separable. So this is our plane pi, this is a line or hyperplane pi, and these are my data points. Like this is my negative data points, red in color and yellow in color, which is our positive, and I am able to separate it through a plane. Okay, so we are assuming that in a logistic regression. So always remember, logistic regression assumes that my data points are clearly or like perfectly or almost linearly separable. Okay, all right. Now our fifth point. So this is our major point. We should know what is our objective or what is our task. So you can see over here why we are solving logistic regression and what is our, so we know that it's a classification algorithm. That's fine, but what actually we need to do in the classification? Okay, so whenever I'll say that okay, given a query point, so if let's assume I have some data set x and y, like I have shown you earlier. Okay, so like I have shown you earlier, so let me go back some on the first part. So this is my data set. Okay, so x is my feature and y is my target. So y can be +1 and -1 only, so it's a binary classes. Okay, and in x, so let's assume I have some reviews. Okay, so let's assume I have some this product is very awesome. So whether it's a positive review or a negative review, or this product is very bad, so it's a negative review obviously. Okay, so let's assume x is a text over here. Okay, x is the feature in which there is some sentences or words are there. Okay, collection of words are there, like this product is very good, so it means it's a positive review, and so on. Okay, So let's assume this type of data set is given to us. So now in future I have to train my machine in such a way, or I have to create a model, logistic regression classifier. Basically this is if I'll say that given a query point x cube, okay, or given a new review this is fantabulous product, let's assume. So if I'll say that this is the fantabulous product, so now I'll tell my machine or my logistic regression model that, okay, tell me this particular new review belongs to which class, whether it's a positive class or a negative class, okay, +1 or -1, okay. So this is our agenda basically. And if I'll say that mathematically what we have to do, so we have to find a plane pi, or you can say w and b values, because w is a normal to the plane. If we know that from where it what is the normal to the plane w and what is the value of b, so I can very well put w and b in the equation of a line or hyperplane and can find a plane, okay. So we have to find a plane pi or w and b, values of w and b, such that it clearly or linearly separate positive and negative points, okay, from each other. So we have to find basically this particular line, okay, or you can say the value of w and b, such that it best separates the positive from negative points. That's it, okay. So if my machine is able to separate the positive from the negative points, then for new query or for new review, I'll be able to tell that this particular review belongs to some class positive or class negative, okay. So now mathematically what we have to do, we have to find a plane w, or you can say we have to find a plane pi or value of w and b, which clearly separate the positive from the negative, given our data set dn, which belongs to positive and negative class. As of now, just assume that this is the binary classification we are solving, okay. All right, so our fifth step is very clear. So now till now what you have learned so far is that data set is given to us, what is our objective and our task, what is the distance of a point from any plane we already know, and what is the equation of a line we already know, okay. So I'm hoping you will just stop this video and just recap what we have learned. So di equals to w transpose xi, which is the distance of any point from a plane, okay. So whenever I say point, it means my data, okay. So this is my data. So all these are dash are my reviews basically, and I have drawn these into the 2-dimensional space. As of now you can see star like this, cross. So all these are my data points, okay. And I have to find this particular plane, okay. This is my objective. So for that I'll be needing the equation of a line, which is w transpose x plus b equals to 0, and distance w transpose xi, okay, of any point from a plane. All right, and assumptions are very clear to us that logistic regression assume that classes our plane is perfectly or almost linearly separable. Our classes, basically our points, are almost and linearly separable. So why almost is there? Because, so let's assume there are some outliers. So let's assume this is my negative class, but I have drawn some positive class over here, okay. So let me draw it through yellow, because my positive class is yellow, okay. So this is my yellow, okay. So this is my almost linearly separable classes, okay. So this is my assumption. Let's do some mathematics, okay. So we will perform some mathematics as of now, and you will be able to understand the whole scenario over here. This is my 6th point. So we will be doing some mathematics part in the part 1, okay, and it will be continuing to the 2nd part and 3rd part and so on. So let's understand over here. So till now what we have seen that the data set is given to us, okay, and the target belongs to either positive or negative class. So we have a review, okay. So like this product is very good, and it belongs to positive and negative class, okay. There are 2 classes, positive and negative. So my blue points are positive data points, Okay, like this product is very good, this product is great, this product is very awesome, I'm happy with this product. So all these are my positive classes, or belong these all these my reviews or data points belong to positive class. So I have written from these particular data points in the in blue. Okay, so you can see in blue. In red there are negative data points, like this product is very bad, and so on. So all these reviews are in the red in color. Okay, so these are negative reviews. So let's assume I have drawn a plane. Okay, randomly I have drawn a plane. Okay, in 2D. So all these my data points are scattered in the 2D graph or plot. Okay, and I have drawn a line or a plane, hyperplane you can say, if it's a higher dimensions, pi, in which W is the normal to the plane. Okay, and it passes through the origin. So here for me, to simplify the things, b equals to 0 as of now. Just let's assume this. Okay, so b equals to 0 because my plane passes through the origin. So how my plane is passes through the origin, you can see over here that in our high school we have learned the graphs. Okay, so this is my graph. Okay, so let's assume my plane is passing through this like this is my plane. Okay, so passes from this line. Okay, just understand. So this is my 0, 0. So this particular line is passes through this line. So let's assume, okay, it is slight bit like it is like this, but assume that it is passing from this. Okay, just for the simplicity. All right, so you can see over here that my line is passing from the origin. Okay, so my b equals to 0 and my norm w norm is equal to 1, which is a unit vector. So we are assuming this two thing to simplify our calculations. Okay, blue stands for the positive data points and red stands for the negative data points. Whenever I say data points, it means that my reviews, okay, my features which is given to us in a data set, like this product is very good. So this is if the product is very good, obviously it is showing that it's a positive label or a positive class. Okay, so I have written positive in blue and negative in red color. All right, so now you can see over here that from earlier we have already seen that the distance of any point, like distance of this particular point. So let's assume I'll take this particular point. So I'll take this particular point and I'll calculate the distance of this point from the plane. Okay, and I have randomly drawn the plane from the origin. Okay, as of now, just understand, I have created a pi, okay, pi plane. Okay, and I'll calculate the distance of this particular point from the plane. Okay, positive point, data point from the plane. So distance of any point from a plane, which stands for di. Okay, because my point is xi as of now. So let's assume like these data points belongs to the x feature, as we have seen in the data set. So I have took this particular point. So let's assume this point is xi. Okay, and the distance of this particular xi from the plane is di. So what is the formula of distance from a point from a plane? Is w transpose xi plus b upon norm of w, as we have seen earlier through linear algebra. So if I'll say that my b is 0, I have put the b equal to 0 and my norm equal to 1, just to simplify the things. We are assuming this. Okay, so my final distance is w transpose xi. That's it. Okay, so now here di is the positive distance. Okay, so this is the positive class, obviously. So this is the positive distance. Okay, and similarly, if I'll take this particular point in the negative class, okay, so let's assume the name of this data point is xj. Okay, xj. Okay, so distance of this xj from the plane is dj. So dj will also becomes w transpose xj. Okay, if I'll put this in the formula of the distance calculation, so I'll be able to do that. Okay, so similarly, what I have found, di equals to w transpose xi and dj equal to w transpose xj. All right, so I hope this is clear to you, because we have seen the formula of a distance already and we are just putting the values. Okay, and if you are confused about this particular graph, so just think that we have done some we have plotted the two-dimensional graph. Okay, with our feature x. So I have put all the data points x, like all the data points, it can be positive, negative, and into the two-dimension graph. And so let's assume I am able to see the graph like this. That's it. So this is the thing. And now I have randomly created this particular plane pi, okay, whose w is the normal to the plane, and I am calculating the distance of this particular one point xi from the plane and distance of this particular point from the plane, okay, which is di and dj, and the final value is w transpose xi for di, and for dj it's w transpose xj. That's it. Simple, fair enough. Okay, now if you are able to understand this, so we have already get the distance of one point, single point from the plane, okay, which is di and dj. Now since point d xi, so you can see over here that xi point is over here, which is in the blue color, okay, is in the direction of w, okay, it is in the direction of w or direction of normal, hence it's a positive class, okay. And if it is in the opposite direction of w, okay, so xj is in the opposite direction of w, you can see the direction of w is upwards, and my xj, the direction of xj is downwards, okay. So xj is opposite direction and xi is in the up direction or direction with the w, okay. So xi belongs to the positive and xj belongs to the negative, okay. So here you can see over here that if it is a positive, if my data points belongs to a positive class, so my distance will become w transpose xi greater than 0, okay. Always remember this. All right, because my w is also positive and xi is also positive, and hence it always will be greater than 0. If my data points or distance is like my data points are in the opposite direction of w, so it will be less than 0 because it's in the opposite direction, and it will be like negative. Always the distance will be less than 0. Always remember why my distance is greater, like positive here or greater than 0, and why less than 0, because di is the distance of a point xi which is in the same direction of or pointing to the same direction of w, okay. Always remember, if my data point if my data point pointing to the same direction of w, it will be positive or greater than 0, and if it is in the opposite direction, then it will be less than 0, okay. So I hope this distance thing is clear to you. So now, till now, what we have learned so far is we have built a classifier. You can say that we have built a logistic regression, okay. So here we have already built a logistic regression classifier which says that if w transpose xi, where xi is given to us in the data set, and w transpose w is my normal to the plane, okay, is greater than 0 if such that like my wi or my target is positive. If w transpose xi is less than 0, then I'll say that my yi is negative, okay. That's it. So what I'll do is I have already find a plane, like I have already created a or randomly created a plane pi, okay, as of now, and upon this I have calculated a distance of a point xi and xj from the plane, okay, like which is di and dj respectively. If it is greater than 0, I'll say that my point belongs to the positive class. If it is less than 0, I'll say that my points belongs to the negative class. That's it. So till now we have built a logistic regression classifier, okay, in which I'll be able to say that, okay, my points belongs to which class, either positive or negative. That's it, okay. All right, so now ultimately if we build something, then we have to check, obviously, okay. So the seventh step is to check whether our logistic regression classifier is correct or not, okay. And it's a very good habit. So mathematically we are checking it, and there are other evaluation techniques are there, like accuracies we have to check, okay. But how to evaluate this particular model mathematically? So you can see over here that For that we need to calculate a term. I'll explain this particular term. We call it a signed basically a signed distance, you can say. Okay, so I'll explain this particular term in the next part, but as of now just understand that we have built a logistic regression classifier, and now we have to tell, or we have to calculate to check whether my logistic regression classifier is correct or not, or my model is correct or not. So we have to calculate this particular term yi into w transpose xi. So we have through logistic regression we have find this particular term, and this is my yi target, which is given to us already. Okay, it can be positive and negative, and this particular value we have find through the logistic regression classifier. Okay, so now we have 4 cases. Okay, 4 different cases to check whether my logistic regression classifier is correct or not. So by putting the values in this particular term, or by calculating this particular term, we will be able to see that. All right, so now, so you can see over here that this is my case 1 where my actual yi is positive. Okay, so my actual yi is positive. Okay, for any review xi. Okay, for any review. So let's assume I have written this product is awesome. Okay, so this is my xi, and if I'll say that the corresponding yi or target is positive +1. Okay, it is given to us in the data set. So yi is positive and w transpose xi is greater than 0, obviously, because we have calculated the distance and both are in the same direction. So our classifier says that it's a positive point as of now. Just understand this. Okay, so our classifier says that it's a positive point. So now if I'll calculate yi into w transpose xi is greater than 0. Okay, if I'll calculate this particular term, so it will come positive and greater than 0 always, because my yi is positive. Positive into positive is always a positive or a greater than 0. Okay, so my plane w, you can say my plane pi or a value w is correctly classifies the point. Okay, so I can say that whatever model I have, or logistic regression model I have find out. Okay, so or you can say that whatever I have assumed, whatever plane I have assumed earlier, okay, randomly assume the plane pi or w, or the value of w is correctly classifying the things or data points. Okay, so here our test case is passed. Okay, so you can see we are calculating this particular term yi into w transpose xi. Okay, and it will turn out to be greater than 0 always, because yi is positive from the data set, which is actually a positive data point. Okay, so you can see this product is awesome. So actually it's a like the target value of this yi is +1. So if I'll say that +1 into, and this particular term our logistic regression says that okay, this is greater than 0, because it is this xi is pointing towards the w. Okay, so like we have seen in the 6th step. So positive 1 into positive some value, it will always be a positive number, or you can say greater than 0. Okay, so now you can see that yi cross w transpose xi is always greater than 0. All right, so it means we are passing the test. Now here is the case 2 where my actual y is negative. So you can see, let's take an example over here that if some xi is given to me, or you can say xj basically. So let's assume xi is given to us like this product is bad. Okay, so this is my xi, or you can say xj, whatever, and the target or a label, class label yi is -1, obviously, because it's a bad product, so it's a negative review. So my actually data set, in the data set it is given that yi is negative for this particular xi. Okay, so actually you can see y is negative. Okay, actually a negative point, because xi is negative review. So my linear logistic regression classifier says that w transpose xi is less than 0, because if it is a negative review, okay, so it will turn out to be less than 0. So my logistic regression classifier says that it's a negative point. Okay, so now if I'll calculate yi cross w transpose xi, okay, so you can see if I have to calculate this, so you can see it's a negative, but wi is a negative point actually, and multiply by w transpose xi, which is less than 0 from our linear regression classifier. So negative cross negative is greater than 0, always remember. Okay, so you, from where it is coming, w transpose xi is less than 0 and w transpose xi is greater than 0. So I hope you remember we have already built a classifier, this one. Okay, so we have built a classifier. If my w transpose xi is greater than 0, so I'll say that my my class label is positive, and if it is less than 0, I'll say that this particular review belongs to the negative class. Okay, and how it is coming? It is coming through the distance formula. So we have calculated it through the distance formula. All right. Okay. All right. So I know it will be a bit complicated for you to understand this, but just comment down below if you have any query or you are not able to understand it. I'll try to explain it one more time in the next part. But as of now, just understand that we have some actual values yi, and we have calculated a distance. You can see we have built a classifier earlier in the 6th step. So and my classifier says that, so this is my case 1, which says that okay, it's a positive. My classifier also says that it's a positive, and actually it's a positive, and I have calculated yi into w transpose xi term, and because positive into positive will be positive, greater than 0. So I'll say then I'll say that okay, it's a correctly classifies the point. My plane pi correctly classifies the point. All right. Now case 2, if actually it's a negative review or a negative class, and my classifier also says that it's a negative review or it's a negative point, w transpose xi less than 0, then I'll calculate this particular term yi into w transpose xi, which is greater than 0. Okay, so why it is greater than 0? Because negative into negative will be positive, so it will always be greater than 0. So how w transpose xi is negative? Because we have calculated a distance. And why it is coming negative? Because my xi is actually belongs to a negative class, and if it is a negative class, it means that it is in the opposite direction of w. Okay, so you can see my w is here, and this is my negative points. So distance of this particular point from the plane di, you can say, or dj you can say, it will be negative always or less than 0. Hence this part is negative. Okay, and negative into negative will be always a positive, and hence you can say it's a greater than 0. So which means that if my yi cross w transpose xi is greater than 0, you can say that my plane pi is correctly classifies this particular point also. So my case 2 is also passed. Okay, so you can see over here that the fun part is we are calculating a term to evaluate or to check whether my logistic regression performs a classifying correctly or not. Okay. We are calculating this particular term yi cross w transpose xi, which is greater than 0, then my cases are pass. So when I say that my cases are pass, it means that okay, whatever plane I have created, or I have randomly created a plane, it correctly classifies our points. Okay, from our classifies means it correctly telling us that it's a positive data point or positive review, and it's a negative review. Okay. So always remember this particular term, yi cross w transpose xi is greater than 0. Okay, so now let's take a case 3. Case 3 over here. So you can see over here that there are some points where we have some outliers. So if you don't know outliers, so just assume that we have some positive data points in the blue, and in red color there are negative data points. I have randomly draw or created a plane pi whose normal to the plane is w, okay, in the positive class direction. Okay, and I have some negative review over here. Okay, negative review over here. Okay, you can see this point is particularly outlier, because you can see all these points are positive, but the single point over here is a outlier, which is a negative point, actually a negative point. Okay, but you can see over here that I have drawn a line or a logistic regression. I have find a plane already. So you can see here this particular point is a xi. So let's assume this point is a xi. Okay, and the distance of this point is di. So here xi is positive point. Okay, so but you can see over here that our linear regression classification will say that because it is in the direction of w, it is in the same direction of w, hence this particular point is a positive. Okay, but actually you can see it's a red in color and it's an outlier and it's a negative point basically. Okay, so yi, the actual yi is negative. Okay, but W transpose xi, which is our logistic regression model or algorithm, you can say, or classifier, says that it's a positive because this particular distance or the distance of this or point is in the direction, same direction of W. Okay, hence it's a positive one or greater than 0. So then if I'll calculate this particular term yi cross W transpose xi, so you will see that yi is negative. Okay, because actually it's a negative, it's in a red color, into W transpose xi. So this is my logistic whatever my logistic regression says. Okay, so my logistic regression says it's a greater than 0 because it's in the same direction, it belongs to a positive class. Okay, so negative into positive will always be a less than 0. Okay, so hence this particular term is less than 0. So which means that my plane misclassified, my plane pi misclassifies the point. Okay, so now my plane is giving me the failed result. Okay, this particular case is a failure because actually it's a red in color, you can say it's a negative point, actually y equals to -1, but due to it's an outlier and it is here with the positive classes. So my logistic regression classifiers think that okay, this is also a positive one. Okay, hence if I'll calculate this particular term, negative into positive, it will become less than 0. And once it's become a less than 0, it means that my plane pi misclassifies the point. Okay, so plane pi misclassifies the point means we are my W value is wrong over here. Okay, all right. So whenever my plane is classifies something wrong or something like this, so it means that my W and B values are wrong basically, because my how I'll be creating a plane or a line through W and B only. That's it. Okay. Now my case 4 is so let's assume these are my positive points and these are my negative points. I have created a plane. Okay, and this is my W. Okay, and you can see over here in the negative zone, in the negative data point, there is some blue point over here, which is actually a positive one. Yi is a positive one. Okay, but due to our due to it's a outlier, it will lies in the negative section basically. Okay, so now actually it's a positive one. You can see over here that it's in a blue color, but due to it's a outlier, it belongs to some negative section. So our logistic regression classifier think that okay, this is also a negative class. This point belongs to a negative class. Hence it will say that W transpose xi is less than 0. Okay, by thinking that it's a negative class, but actually it's a positive one because it's a blue in color. So you can see over here that yi cross W transpose xi less than 0. So if I'll calculate this particular term, so you will see that yi is positive actually, and I'll multiply this with the negative term because it's a less than 0. So it will plus minus equal to minus, obviously. So it will be a less than 0. So here also we will see that this particular term is less than 0. So whenever this particular term is less than 0, I can say that my logistic regression classifier or whatever plane I have created, it misclassifies the points. Okay, it is not giving me the correct results. Okay, so always remember, if this particular term is greater than 0, it means my data points or my plane is correct. If this particular term is less than 0 or negative, then it is a misclassification and my logistic regression is bad. Okay, always remember this. So we have to remember this particular term. So our target will be, so you can see over here that I have written some stuff over here. So what we have seen so far is that in case 1 and case 2, our logistic regression model or classifier classifies the correct points. Okay, it tells us the correct points because this particular term is greater than 0 always. Whereas in the case 3 and 4, it doesn't. It classifies or misclassifies the data points and gives the negative term. This particular term is negative over here. So mathematically, but we have to always find a plane. So mathematically, we have to always find a plane or the value of w and b, which always gives this particular term greater than 0. So if this particular term is greater than 0, so it means my plane is perfectly fine and correct. That's it. So always remember this particular thing in logistic regression. Okay. So I'm giving you the geometrical interpretation of this as of now. So in many videos you must have seen the interpretation or intuitions of logistic regression through loss functions. Okay, where you have minus y minus y1 whole square and something like this. Okay, but it's a geometrical intuition which is very easy to define during the interviews. Okay, so you can see over here that in this particular term, so I'll define this particular term in the next part, but you will see over here that xi and yi is given to us in the data set already, dn, and w and b. So here b is 0 because my line is passing through the origin as we have assumed. So we have to find a w. W is a variable, and until and unless we have find a suitable and optimal w, the value of w, we won't stop. Okay, so we have always find the correct value of w such that this particular term becomes greater than 0. That's it. So always remember, so we have changed our plane, or we have to change our plane or a variable w value until we find the optimal w star. Okay, so the new value of w, okay, which maximize the sum of w yi into w transpose xi. So why the sum of this particular term? Because I have created a distance from the one particular point. Okay, so I hope you remember. If I'll draw this particular line, okay, these are my points. So you can see over here that I have created xi only as of now. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to create this and this. I have to do the sum of all these. Okay, so I'll calculate this particular sign term for this particular line distance or point. Again I'll plus, again I'll do this for this, and again I'll do this for this particular point, and so on for all the points. Okay, from the plane. If it maximizes my w maximizes, or my plane maximizes this particular term. What is the meaning of maximization? It means that it's a greater than 0. Then I'll say that my plane is correct. If it is not, then I have to optimize my w again and again and again until and unless I'll find my optimal w, which I'll call w star. This is my final w value, which always give me the maximum or greater than 0 value of this particular term. So you can see w star equal to argmax of w. Okay, we have to change the w again and again. Argmax means maximize. Okay, the sum of wi into, you can see, w transpose xi. Okay, so we have seen this for one point. Now if I have to do the sum for all the points, we have to calculate for all the points, and if this value is coming greater than 0, I'll say that my logistic regression is working fine. Okay, so we have seen the we have seen that this is the optimization task for us. Okay, and we have to optimize this optimize the value of w because it's a variable, and we will optimize it again and again and again until unless we find our w star and this particular term is greater than 0. So stay tuned for the next part 2, and I'll tell you what this particular term is and what are sigmoids and what are squashing and all these things. Okay, so if you like my videos and if you like my effort to this particular logistic regression thing and my presentation on the logistic regression, so do subscribe my channel. Okay, just hit the like button, and if you are not able to understand any of the thing which I have defined over here, just do let me know in the comment section. Thank you.